What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Boxing. Finally, Mr. Chance Michaels, we finally have a big card coming up here this weekend. Looking forward to it. The talk is done. The hype is done. It's time to get in that ring and get it done. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited for this card. This is loaded top to bottom. So PBC put on a good card. It's on
Well, I mean,
Amazon.
it's the first card that they put on a long time too, man. I mean, again, PBC hasn't really been doing much, but hey, man, let's
They're
take
doing
it when they
something
give it
now.
to us.
Yeah,
Like I said, when they give it to us, they give it to us, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Can't complain, man. Here we are. We're a couple days out. The weekend's almost here. Looking forward to it. The best part is it's cold outside, so it justifies staying inside, nice and warm, and watching a bit of boxing on Amazon, wherever you can get it. But this card, man, it's finally here. David Benavidez, David Morrell. We've been kind of looking forward to this thing for a while.
Yeah,
These guys really, really do not like each other. And I'm not gonna say it's cliche or anything, but they truly, truly can't stand each other, man. Your initial thoughts on it.
I totally agree. Which is good for us because it makes for a good fight. They're gonna want to hurt each other even more. They both want to knock each other out. They're both saying to knock each other's heads off. So there's some bad blood here, which leads me to believe we're going to be in for a great fight.
Well, yeah, David's coming in 29-0 with 24 KOs, returning to Sin City for his fourth consecutive fight against the Cuban, David Morrell, 11-0 with 9 KOs. I think it's safe to assume they're both, for both these guys, their toughest challenge to date. Your thoughts?
Morel has a great amateur background. He's 11-0 with 9 KOs, but the guys he was fighting are nowhere near David's level. And the competition that David's fought is way, way of a higher caliber than Morel's ever fought. So yes, Morel's got the power, just as much power as Benavidez. Some say a little bit more. He's got better footwork, Morel, but that's by design. Benavidez fights at Canelo. They have cement feet because they're going for the knockout and the way they shell up. So people are criticizing Benavidez's footwork. He's fighting like that by design. They call him cement legs a lot of the time.
Yeah.
He's going to test Benavidez. This is going to be a tough fight. He hits hard, but he's never been the caliber with Benavidez. Like, he's taken a huge jump up here, Morel, to go in the ring with a guy like that. Benavidez, he doesn't have that one punch knockout power. He will knock you out, but after 4 or 5 punches, he's going to wear you down, beat you down. And round 6 or 7, that's when Benavidez turns the corner, and that's when he comes out for blood, and that's when he finishes you off. So,
Yeah.
like everybody says, the first few rounds are going to fill each other out, get the distance, feel it out. It's going to be a good fight. We're going to see a lot of moments. I could see both guys getting wobbled. Morel's never been down before. Benavidez has only been down one time. Then he got up and finished his opponent. So my prediction for this fight is going to be great. But I'm going to say David Benavidez is going to win a majority decision.
Oh, you're gonna go do
I'm going to decision. I think
decision,
it's
eh?
because both these guys got the power. We're saying who's got the better chin. Well, we don't know because Morel's never been knocked down. Benavidez went down once, but he got back up. It was like a flash knockdown, and he finished his guy. So power is pretty equal. Obviously, boxing IQ is got to go to David. He's just been in there with better guys. This is a dangerous
Overall.
fight. Both want to protect their O. That O is very important to Benavidez. And the winner of this is going to fight Beterbiev or Bivol, which I think both Beterbiev and Bivol will beat both of these guys. But I'm going to say David Benavidez is going to win majority decision.
Okay, yeah, no, there's not much I can really say that you didn't already say there, brother, man, in terms of both these guys. This is a 50-50 fight in a lot of ways.
Mm.
Footwork, punch power, technique, skills, amateur background, you know what I mean? But again, at a professional level, David has fought more of the better guys out there. Andrade. Um, oh, what's
Caleb Plant.
Caleb Plant, thank you. You know what I mean? I mean, he has fought the better talent overall, generally speaking.
Mm.
Never did get that to dance with Canelo, but neither way that's not there. But yeah, I think David's gonna take it in 10 or 11 though, man, because like you
Could be.
said, he starts to come on strong. If he can weather the storm in the beginning,
Mm.
if he can handle the punches, if he can taste his power and withstand it, and David can get through those 4 or 5 rounds, like you say, man, that's when he starts to wake up. And Morrell hasn't really faced anyone of that caliber yet at a professional level. So I think David finishes him in 10 or 11.
Could be. This is cool. The way I mean, Morel does have a he's not a huge underdog. He's a slight underdog. He could do it. I just don't think he's ready for that level of competition yet. I mean, 9 knockouts, 11 pro fights is nothing to sneeze at. But
No,
who's he doing it against? Nobody
well,
knows who these guys are.
that's
David's
it.
been in there with some of the best Caleb Plant,
Yeah.
Andrade, guys like that. David, I think, just wants it more. I'm not saying Morrell doesn't, but he wants to get that next level. He wants better Bieber Bivol. He wants a big fight. Benavidez, why? He wants a big payday. Can't blame the guy, but Morrell's not going to go away easy. So I got a feeling, Benavidez is going to win by decision.
Yeah, no,
It should be a great fight on paper. This is a great fight.
no, I'm looking forward to
So
it. Like I
excited for
said,
it.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, but David does have power. He left
Oh
on
yeah,
sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? So I mean, in between rounds there, they quit, right? So look, man, ultimately, I think this is a pick 'em, but I think David B is probably going to take out David M.
yeah,
Just call it what
you're
it
right.
is. All right, man. Let's get to the next one here. Fulton versus Figueroa rematch from 2021, fight of the year from 2021 for a lot of people as well. Controversial decision. Fulton wins the titles, but then goes to Japan and gets shellacked by Inoue for them. So here we go. These guys are going at it again. How do you see this one playing out here, man? This is Fulton's first fight back, right? Since losing to Inoue?
Well, first things first, both these guys got cool nicknames. You got Brandon the Heartbreaker Figueroa, and you got Steven Cool Boy Steph FultonJr. So they got that little swag to them.
Yeah.
It's a good fight, man. It's going to be a good rematch. This is not just a rematch. It's a pivotal fight between both of these guys. Figueroa has a chance to avenge his defeat. Willie, I don't know. I think Fulton doesn't want to, he's going to come out strong. I think Fulton's going to take it in decision again, but we're going to see fireworks here. This could steal the show because the last fight did. So I don't see why this couldn't. So this is going to raise the bar. It's going to be super intense. Intense.
Well, that's the thing. Well, first off, I mean, Fulton, he's coming off a 14-month layoff here, right? Like we say, he hasn't fought since he lost the titles. So this guy's got something to prove, right?
We're also going up 4 pounds. Their last fight was at 122. This one's at super bantamweight. This one's at featherweight at 126.
26, so, yeah. So I mean, that 4 pounds make a difference too. So you're coming off a 14-month layoff, off a defeat, a knockout defeat, 14 months of inactivity, and you're going up 4 pounds.
Yeah. I mean, probably going to go with Fulton again, but I mean, you just never know. At 4 pounds, what are they going to walk around at? They're fighting 126. They're probably walking around 138, 140, right? So that makes a big difference. So it's going to be a good fight. This fight could steal the show.
I think Figueroa, he's got revenge on his mind. That was just too close last time.
Yeah. Well, Figueroa's more aggressive, right? He's got a lot more pressure. Fulton's a lot more elusive. He's better counter punching. So that makes a great fight, and it's going to be exciting, man. So I'm going to say Fulton by decision again.
I'll say Figgy by decision.
Oh, you're going the other way, going to even up 1-1 and go for the trilogy. Yeah, it could be.
I think so, but look at it, man. Like, I mean, for me, it comes down to this, and it could be completely wrong. I mean, you can train as much as you want, but you can't emulate what you do in the ring in a real situation, right?
Yeah.
14 months is 14 months. I don't care who you are. You take 14 months off, that's a long time. Also, the fact that he's coming off a knockout defeat. What's his chin like? What's his head like?
Yeah.
Mentally, your brain will automatically shut down if it feels any danger, since that's just psychological, right?
Yeah.
So is he going
to? Fulton's got to use his jab and his movement and to kind of keep Figueroa at bay like he did last time.
He's got to take control of the center of the ring from the beginning of the fight. In my opinion, he's got to, especially those first 2-3 rounds. He needs to shake off that rust, right? It's going to be there. It doesn't matter. You're going to come in with rust. You're going to need to take the time to get settled in. But like you said, Figueroa is very aggressive. So can he withstand that? How's that going to play out? This is why this could end very, very quickly. Or I think, like you say, decision. I'll go decision with Figueroa.
Yeah, I'm going to think Fulton's going to take it 2-0, end this little rivalry here, win 2-0, be done with it and move on. But you know what? Figueroa could do it. We could see a trilogy. I don't really care who wins. I know one thing. It's going to be, if it was as good as the last fight, even half as good, we're in for a good night.
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. Definitely. All right, man, let's get on to the last fight that we want to talk about here on this show today. Pitbull Cruz returning to the ring. Again, another guy who's returning after losing his title. He's fighting Angel Ferrero. This is
Mhm.
a Mexican showdown. Your thoughts on this match, my friend?
People forget how young Isaac Cruz is. He's only 26 years
26.
old. He's only
Yeah.
26. I don't want to call him a kid because he fights like a grown man, but this is going to be a great fight. Like, Pitbull. They call it, you guys don't get the name Pitbull by not fighting aggressive. So he's coming hard. Ferrero is going to come hard too. Ferrero, sorry. Wow. 20 Cruz is 26 wins, 3 losses, and a draw, and with 18 knockouts. So he's going for it. He's going to get knocked out, or he's going to knock you out. That's all Cruz does.
Yeah.
He's tenacious. He's got the power. He's enthusiastic. Like, it's wow. I don't know. I think Cruz is going to come back. I think actually Cruz is going to stop him like round 7, round 8. I think that's how bad he wants. This guy is. He's a different caliber. He's one of the most exciting fighters to watch, actually.
Well, look, I
For
mean,
me.
Pitbull, again, he's like, coming off a defeat as well, losing his title,
Mm-hmm.
right? To Venezuela. Um, so you look at the level of competition these two guys have fought. We talk about the 3 losses he's had, right?
Yeah.
Who did he lose to? He lost to Tank. He lost to Venezuela. Sorry, off the top. That's just off the top of my head. I can't recall who his other loss was to. You muted yourself there, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Sorry. No. Who was the third loss for Pitbull? Do you have that?
I can't remember off the top of my head right
Okay,
now.
but you look at the guys that he lost to, Tank and Venezuela.
Mm-hmm. No
Studs.
shame in losing a Tank. Everybody does, right?
No. It's what he does. What he does.
Ferrero's got a 78% knockout ratio, which is pretty good. So 78% of his fights he's knocking you out. So it's slightly higher than Cruz's. So I mean, he hasn't fought the same competition as Cruz.
Cruz again, it comes down to this thing that you said. He's 26 years old, so he's still. I'm not saying he's a kid, but he's still a kid in terms of maturity and mentality, and reaching your peak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of boxing, he's still learning, right? So my question is like you said, Ferrero's got good knockout power, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does Pitbull come into this fight? Is he going to be fighting emotionally?
I think he's going to have to adjust his style because Angel's got the height and he's got the reach on Pitbull. So it's going to be harder for him to create that distance, close the distance, get inside to get close to Angel to hurt him. So will he adjust his style?
For me, it's not so much what Pitbull can do in the ring in terms of technique and skill and throwing punches. For me, what I'm interested in and looking forward to seeing is how he deals with it emotionally, the mental aspect of Pitbull Cruz. Because he's 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He fought so hard to get that title and to lose it in his first defense.
Yeah.
His first fight back. At 26, what's your mental capacity? Are you able to overcome it emotionally? Are you going to fight emotionally? Are you going to fight smart? This is what I'm interested in. I think Pitbull wins, but I'm more interested in the mental aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote this down last night when I was researching for the fight, and this is the conclusion that I come with for this fight, right? And the fight between Cruz and Ferrer was not just about redemption or proving a point. It's about setting the stage for future opportunities in the super lightweight division. Yeah. Both fighters have much to gain from a victory, making this a must-watch fight for boxing fans. You got Angel gonna have the height and the reach. Pitbull's that aggressive guy. He's like holding a piece of steak with blood on it and letting your Pitbull off the leash. Just how aggressive this guy is.
Yeah. No, I completely.
It's always fun to watch. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch, just because there's no bullcrap with him. He just comes forward and he goes at it, win, lose, or draw. So it's fun for us to watch that style, right?
Yeah, 100%, brother man, and I'm totally down with that. Everything you said is true. I think, but like I said, for me, I just want to see Pitbull's mentality, how he perceives it, and what he does with this. Right.
And the thing about Angel, Angel's only 21 years old.
Well, that's it. You got 2 young guys in here, right?
Yeah, he's 2 inches taller. He's got a 7-inch reach advantage. That's a lot. 7 inches.
Yeah. But again, the big name here is Pitbull, not Angel. So yeah, this is an opportunity for an up-and-comer 21-year-old, and it should be fun. I'm looking forward to this card at all.
Two young guys. I mean, Angel's not even in his prime yet. He's so young, but 2 young guys going at it. So
that's it. All
Final prediction. I'm gonna say this is tough, man. I'm probably gonna give the edge to Pitbull. It's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna say Pitbull's gonna win by split decision.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. You know what? And that's not far-fetched at all, because like I said, like you were talking about, for me, it comes down to that mentality piece again, right? It's not so much what these guys can do in the ring and to each other. It's more Pitbull's mentality. So I think Pitbull by unanimous. No, you know what? I'm going to go Pitbull knockout 7-8 round.
Yeah, it could be. It could very well be, dude.
Yeah, you say Pitbull by split.
I'm gonna say Pitbull by a split.
I say Pitbull by 7 or 8. I think he
Yeah,
wants to prove a point that, you know what, me winning the title wasn't a fluke,
yeah.
and I need to get back on that horse to get back
And
to where.
like you said, how's Figueroa do it after he got smashed by Inoue, right? So he's
That's
going to be
Fulton.
hungry too.
No,
That's
that's
not the
Fulton.
last fight, the last previous fight. I'm saying, yeah,
Yeah,
I had to
yeah,
throw that out there. So
yeah,
we'll see
yeah.
what happens. Gonna be
So
this is a great card stack.
I'm looking forward to it, dude. And like I said, in the
Loaded.
David versus David, the stakes are high. You have potentially undisputed title shot, right? I mean, David for the last 4 or 5 years, that's all he's clamoring about. He wants to become
The only thing both
undisputed.
Davids don't want is they don't want Bivol to win the fight against Beterbiev because then they got to wait again for the trilogy. If Beterbiev can win this fight, then we could see David versus Beterbiev. Benavidez, what a fight that would be! Holy cow,
That'd be a fun fight, man.
So
That would be a
I think both,
definitely
no
a
matter
fun one.
what, Bivol and Beterbiev could beat both these the Davids, but we'll see.
Let's see it, man. Let's see it, man. And what else is going on? Hey, brother, I wanted to talk about this. You talked about this a little bit earlier, um, on the fly here. You talked about how both those guys, the Davids, want to protect their O.
Yes.
I like what Turkish is saying that boxers need to forget about that and focus on just boxing. If you lose the O, you lose the O, right? I mean, for the longest time, boxing was being predicated by people's O's.
Yeah.
Right. So I like the whole concept that more guys are now getting into the ring and not the O doesn't give you a championship.
No, but for them, it's an ego thing. Like, no man has ever beat me. Like,
Yeah,
what
I get
Tyson
it.
Fury used to say, what Floyd's, this is what David says. No man can beat me in boxing. Well, then Tyson finally lost, but you know what I mean? So I get what Turkish is saying. I agree. Just because you have losses. I mean, Manny Pacquiao lost. I mean, Muhammad Ali lost. Joe Frazier
But they're
lost.
still great.
And we still consider them some of the best of all time.
Andre,
By the way, one more thing. One of my favorite all-time fighters I got to meet in Vancouver, Evander Holyfield. I think he came out yesterday or the day before and said Alexander Usyk is a top 3 heavyweight of all time. That's coming from one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. That's a lot of praise.
well, look, he is top 3. And then the thing is, and I had this conversation with Jay Bear, our friend of the show. We were talking on
Canadian
the
heavyweight champion, yeah.
Canadian heavyweight champion of the world. Hopefully we can see that guy at the River Rock on the 7th there, man. We got to try to get that guy out there as well. He should be there, right? In my opinion.
He should be at least, if he's not booked, he should be at least in the crowd, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I was talking to him, and the one thing we were talking about being a heavyweight, like the one thing Usyk does so well is the basics. If you look at it, man, the guy doesn't go for the knockout. He doesn't care if he wins by decision. He beats you using the basics. He's mastered the basic skills, and that's how he beat Tyson. That's how he beat Joshua.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
those guys twice each.
Right. Squashed him 4 times.
Yeah, that's insane.
Right.
Big
so
giants. Usyk's not a small guy at 60, but Tyson and Joshua are monster men.
Well, dude, it's almost a mismatch when you look him against Tyson Fury.
I know.
I mean, the guy's 6'2". Usyk is a big guy in front of most people.
Yeah, and Fury's 6'9". He's beating these guys up. Pretty amazing.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
I hope Tyson stays retired.
I hope he does because I love the guy. I love his entertainment. I love his press conferences. I love the stuff he talks. It's so entertaining. It's so fun to watch. He's only 36. He could easily fight. I hope he comes back. And you know what? It could be a money ploy, just saying, you know what? I don't want to do it. And the next thing he comes back. This time it sounds a little more serious because where does he go from here? You're not getting the belt again. So what do you do from here? You fight Joshua?
Like I said, the only
He's
fight
got so much money.
I don't think Joshua or Tyson will win another title in their time as in the boxing ring. This is the time of Dubois, Parker, and gang now, right? I mean, these guys. And Usyk, right? There's a lot of guys that are in the wings waiting. And that's the hard part about boxing. You can have an amazing record, but never get a sniff at the title.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? And that sucks for a lot of these guys. It's almost a crapshoot. It doesn't matter if you're 22-0, 25-0, 33-0. Some of those guys still don't get a title shot.
Yeah. Maybe we're finally going to see Joshua versus Wilder. I mean, Joshua will beat him now because Wilder's he's just a shell of himself. But maybe that fight has no luster. But they're talking about
there's 2 fights that are there to be made for Joshua. One would be Wilder. The other one is Fury. The only fight for Fury would be Joshua.
Yeah, there's nothing else to prove.
Right. And that's a scary fight in its own right because these guys have already lost the way they've lost. Which of those 2 guys can afford to lose again like that?
that one of them loses, their career is over. It's done. Yeah, they're shot.
right? So that's probably why they're so hesitant to not want to take the fight.
Yeah,
Too
probably.
much, too much at stake on that one.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it'll still happen. I mean, Fury's probably 50-50. He could probably be convinced to come out of it for the right price. But the guy's made so much money. Does he need any? He's got hundreds of millions of dollars. What's another, the
No,
money's not a
hundred
factor.
percent, 100%. I'm trying to bring something up here. So, in that time, why don't you tell us what's happening in the world of boxing history, if we do have anything
We do,
happening
we
in the
do.
world?
This is a very, very two famous men here. This week in boxing history, Muhammad Ali got his revenge from a previous loss to one of my all-time favorite fighters, Smoking Joe Frazier, and he defended the regarded NABF heavyweight title with a 12-round unanimous decision at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden. This week, 1974, Ali gets his revenge, wins a decision over Smoking Joe. Now they're 1-1.
That's beautiful, man. Beautiful
Yeah.
time. I love that fight. I remember watching that fight as a little boy on ABC Wide World of Sports, man. Those were the good old days. You know what? I'm sorry. I want to get a little nostalgic
Yeah.
here if I can for a quick second. Man, there was nothing better than waking up in the morning to Saturday morning cartoons, having your bowl of cereal, and then right at 11 o'clock, ABC's Wide World of Sports. And you know what, man? Those were just the good old days.
Yeah. They named this. They called this Super Fight 2. It wasn't the most creative name, but it's Super Fight 2. It was their first fight since 1971 when Frazier beat him. Then Ali got his revenge, and 3 years later,
Sweet.
74.
So, brother man, I wanted to bring this up really, really quick. Our friend Darnell, the Diesel Boone, the guy's acting now.
Yeah, I've seen that. Good for
Yeah,
him.
he's acting. He's doing a show called Body Bag Ohio Youngstown. He plays a retired boxer in there. It's kind of like a gangster show,
Nice. Good for him.
right?
A great
Like a
guy.
hood gangster show. Really, really good. So, guys, if you have Tubi, if you don't, it's free. Download it. Download the app. Watch this guy, man. Watch him in the ring and watch him in his acting debut as well, man. It should be really fun. A lot of respect to Darnell. Good show, a good friend of the show. So, congratulations, friend. And everyone tune in. Check out that show.
Great
All
guy.
right, brother, man. I think we've covered everything we needed to cover here
Got
today.
it breaking down. Yeah.
We got the Royal Rumble. We got a great boxing card. We got Saudi Arabia that day as well. So, I mean, if you really plan it well, you can go from 10 a.m. right to about 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. It's a lot of
12
stuff.
hours of entertainment.
It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it, my man. All right, brother Matt, let's wrap it up here. Let's call it a day. Let's get everything done so we can have a beautiful weekend ahead of us. Guys, gals, I say it time and time again, mantra for 2025, patience, hard work, and dedication, man. That's it. And faith. Sorry, the four big ones, man. Patience, dedication, faith, and working hard. Guys, just remember, whatever you want to achieve, you have to work hard. It's not free. Nothing's
Exactly.
free.
Well
Nothing
said.
in this world is free. You got to work hard. You have to earn it. And if you're complaining, then you're not working hard enough. That time you complain, put it into the passion,
Exactly. Well said, dude.
right? And that's just the way to live, my friend. All right, I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great ACDC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you guys. Have a great weekend. Please be safe. Days are starting to get a little bit longer now. It doesn't mean, right? It's nice. It's getting a little bit longer. So be safe out there. The roads are slick, everything like that. It's just be safe. Plain and simple. Samp&Chance are out. We'll catch you guys next Tuesday.